Hi there. Today I want to talk to you about some key things you need to consider before selecting a program for study in any tertiary institution. These key points will serve as a guide whilst you prep up for the selection when the portals open a little later in the year. Right, let's get into it. One of the key things you need to consider is what I call personal interest. So, for instance, anybody at all at this point in time of your life that you are about to further your education into a tertiary institution will have a say in the program you choose. This one will say this, choose this one, choose that, choose this, choose that. Aside all this, make sure that the program you settle on is a program which is of interest to you. It should be a program of interest because when you get in there, anything that is happening in there, you'll be able to face it. You may not blame anybody for luring you into doing a program which may be difficult at the time you are studying it, or when you get into it, you don't feel any love for the program, right? So program interest, personal. Then another thing you need to consider is market demand. So when you reach that program that you have actually settled on now, which is of interest, what is the pool of market demand? When you read that program, what happens to you? Where do you go after national service? Will you be employed by any agency? Will you be posted? Are jobs readily available that you can actually just get? Do you need to struggle around the clock? Right. So you have to consider the market demand as well, probably employability. Okay, you have to consider that a lot before you select your program of study. Then the last thing is future prospects. So after studying this program, which is of interest to you, you have settled on it, you have actually chosen it. You know that there is employability, there is demand for the program. What about the future prospects? Can the program take you somewhere? So for the people who have interest in pursuing nursing program, you could see that actually there's a pool and huge demand for nurses outside the country. So that is a future perspective of that program. So in Ghana, there is actually a high demand for nurses. So when somebody studies nursing program, the person can be employed. So there is market demand. But there's also future prospects for that program. So the person travels outside the country to work. So what is the program you are going to be settling on? Consider this three-dimensional perspective of that program so that if it is ICT is of interest to you, when you get into the institution, you can study it, solve all the equations, all the mathematics around it. When you finish, there is market demand. Anybody at all can employ you to work in any firm. Then future prospects, you can actually get out of this country or anywhere to get in there and work. I get the point. So let this be your support as you select your program for studies in the tertiary institution. Consider these three-dimensional analysis for program selection into the tertiary institutions. There are a lot of programs on this channel for you to watch in relation to all things considering education. I encourage you to watch and share as well with others. Thank you very much for watching.